CFO, but the one thing I am not is a bartender. So hopefully we'll change that one video at a time. So one of the first few things I learned when I joined industry was shrubs. And I'm not talking about the plant kind. Shrubs are basically these all-natural cocktail mixers. They have a very, very interesting and rich history to them, which we'll talk about in a bit. But in today's video, we're not only going to talk about shrubs, we're also going to make these shrubs. So let's go. Drinking vinegars, as some people like to call them, go all the way back to 17th century England. And what these people essentially did, and mind you, this was obviously a time when modern day refrigeration was not a concept, right? So what they did is that they used vinegar in order to preserve their fruits and berries during the off season. Now I'm sure everybody knows that vinegar makes for a very great preservative. But if you add a couple of berries to it, some sugar to it, that's how you get shrubs. And that is how they made the first ever shrub in history. And a lot of people started adding liquor to it as time went by. Gin, rum, whiskey, vodka, you name it, they tried it with all of that. And soon after that, the shrub movement traveled all the way to the America, and it definitely stayed there longer due to the ongoing prohibition. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with it, it was basically this over a decade-long period in the United States of America during which the sale, manufacture and transport of alcohol was prohibited. And over there, people actually thought that shrubs, due to the acidity of the vinegar in it, they thought that the shrubs had some kind of kick to it, which was very, very similar to that first sip of hard liquor. And the rest is history.
And where will you find the history?
The history you will find in the blog that I have written. It's on the LFC website. We made a lot of really, really interesting blogs, which you should definitely check out.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, we have our aprons on. We're ready to make some shrubs. So you don't need much to make shrubs. All you need are 3 simple ingredients: some fruit, some sugar, and some vinegar, of course. So my fruit of choice today is going to be blackberries. You can use any berry or fruit that you like. Strawberries work really well, cherries, passion fruit, blackberries, raspberries, all of these work very, very well. If you're not into berries, stone fruit is also a great option. Peaches are great, mangoes are amazing. Obviously you'd want to peel the skin off and take out the seed for this. But generally I would personally steer away from fruits like pear, apple, bananas, just because the texture is either very off and mushy, or they just don't pack a lot of punch in their flavor. So for me, berries are the best because they also extract a lot of beautiful color that end up also showing in the drink which you're going to make at the end of the day, right? So yeah, so I have these blackberries over here. If you've taken some stone fruit, make sure to cut it into small pieces. I've taken some organic sugar. You can use any sugar, cane sugar, coconut sugar, anything works. Just keep in mind that the kind of sugar that you use will also impart some flavor, especially things like coconut sugar. But cane sugar, organic sugar, they have a pretty neutral palate, so that is why I like to go ahead with them. So I'm just gonna add this to my berries. I'm going to make sure that the berries are nicely coated with the sugar. Make sure the sugar goes in all the nooks and crannies of the fruit. You can have a closer look over here, like so. And I'm also going to muddle them a little bit just to extract as much flavor as possible. So yeah, just slightly muddle them. Berries are anyway pretty soft, so it will be fine. But I'm assuming stone fruit would need a little more muddling than berries. Alright, and the last bit, we're gonna add our vinegar. I'm using over here balsamic vinegar. Again, different vinegars work for different berries and fruit combinations. Balsamic works really, really well with these kind of dark berries. Cherries are also great with balsamic. If you're using something like raspberries, I would recommend either white wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. It's all fine as long as the vinegar complements the flavor of the fruit as well. So next you just want to give it a nice stir. And now you're gonna take a heat seal bag. As an alternative, you can also use a regular mason jar or any other jar that you may have lying around, preferably a glass one. Pour this in, keep the lid on, shake it a little bit, and that's all you need to do. Okay, so we had made some shrub before shooting this video, obviously, and this is how our shrub looks like. We use the heat seal bag for this, and you can see that the berries, the pulp has really been extracted. It has nicely mixed with the sugar and the balsamic. There are no sugar granules in this. So yeah, we just kept it outside for around 3 to 4 days. Regular room temperature is fine. Just make sure it's in a nice dark corner, definitely not under direct sunlight. And yeah, your shrub would be ready. It's literally the simplest thing ever. And we are gonna make a drink with it now. Okay, so what we're going to make is one of the most foolproof and simple drinks ever. It works great for beginners, especially like me, and that is called a shandy. If I had to put it in very, very layman terms, it is like a beer lemonade. It's amazing, it's great during the summers, and yeah, just make sure your beer is chilled. So all you need are very, very simple ingredients. You need some lemon juice, some shrub, of course. We're using the blackberry shrub that we just made. All I've done is that I have strained it and I put it in a bottle with a little speed pour just so that it's easier for me to make this. If you are unsure about whether your shrub tastes good, all you need to make sure is that the sweetness from the sugar and your fruit, it needs to balance out with the tartness from your vinegar. So make sure that that perfect balance is maintained and it will be good enough. And then we have some beer, of course. We're using the Post Zero IPA. And let's get started. So I'm taking around 15 ml of lemon juice, and it goes in my Pilsner glass. And next I'm going to use around 60 ml of my blackberry shrub. Look at that color, it's gorgeous. And when it goes, I'm going to give it a little swirl. And now let's inaugurate the beer. I want to see the gradient, so that's why I'm not mixing it. So let's wait. I should probably clean this in the meantime. Alright folks, that is our finished drink. I mean, the gradient is lovely and I can't wait to taste it. So let's give it a final stir, say goodbye to the gradient. Look at that. We're gonna give it this. It's so good. Oh my god, wait. Sagrika, you taste it. Sagrika is our lovely camera woman. She is a beer person, so she'd be a better judge of this. So good, right? It's so good. Okay, folks, that's all we have in store for you today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to wherever you are watching this. I don't really know where it's gonna go up, but if it's on YouTube, definitely subscribe. Follow us on our Instagram page. And I'll see you next time. Till then, definitely try this. Make sure to tag us and share the photos. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Cheers.